couldn't read?
The problem is I can't remember it.
Okay. Patient Alliant for something wonderful.
I've always got to read it.
Cannabis therapy.
Oh, okay. Testifying for both bills. Welcome. Would you state your name and your position on both bills?
My name is Kathleen Gray.
You'll need a microphone.
My name is Kathleen Gray. I am in support of House Bill 3785 and House Bill 837. I have lived in the state of Texas for 24 years now. I am a Christian and a voter. I appreciate the opportunity to address you today on House Bill 3785, covering the subject of whole plant therapy. Simply writing this letter has become difficult as the brain searches for the proper words that seem to be at the tip of the tongue. Proper grammar was lost as a proof reading this, and I can't even read it right. Questions continue and thoughts disappear. Numerous medications over the past 24 years have been dangerous. A generic version of Dilantin brought on dangerous and violent seizures that led to brain surgery on September 1st, 1992. 2 pieces of the left temporal lobe were removed, which is short-term memory. Memory recall, for me, can be compared to working out a maze that is filled with dead ends. The answers are untouchable. Sometimes it takes minutes, days, weeks, or months to recall certain information, and it will just drop at the pop. It's so strange. And then I realized that was something months ago. Due to approximately a dozen of us back in 1990, the generic drug that I was taking that caused those dangerous seizures, that company was completely closed and thrown out of this country. There were 12 of us that sent information to the FDA. They had also written me back wanting samples of my Dilantin, which I went on to. Park Davis was fined massively back then because there was only 70 milligrams in a 100 milligram capsule. There are mistakes by all types of companies. It's ridiculous. Dealing with the results of brain surgery for more than 22 years now has made life extremely difficult. The side effects of trileptal, which control my seizures, has caused a loss of bone density, which is getting worse. In October, on the 10th, the level was down to a negative 2.6. I've been on numerous medications trying to increase bone density. This is a side effect of trileptal. I have information on that also. The amount of sodium and fluid intake has to be limited tremendously. Trileptal can reduce the sodium level in the body to dangerously low levels, which can cause life-threatening electrolyte imbalance. There is a decrease in urination. The urethra becomes extremely narrow, limiting the flow uncontrollably. On May 25, 2012, a scheduled hysterectomy was canceled due to the low sodium level caused by the trileptal and naproxen. Numerous specialists were unable to uncover the problem. I began to search for the information and found that naproxen was the majority of my problem. I quit taking that medication, and the burning disappeared for 6 months. The side effects disappeared. It was unbelievable, and the doctors could not figure out the problem. The specialists, I was going to cancel my appointment. I simply went to that appointment and I chewed him out royal. I was so angry. There's no reason why our doctors can't simply look at the information on these drugs we take, look at the side effects, and figure out what the problem is. I shouldn't have been on naproxen for more than 1 year, yet the doctors couldn't figure it out. In 1993, Velvital, which was an anticonvulsant drug, caused me to go crazy. There was no notes taken at Texas A&M. Well, it was A&I back then in Kingsville. I was in another world. It was disgusting, and the doctors kept telling me to stay on it until I finally said that's enough, and I quit. And I went back on Dilantin. I knew it would at least take care of the seizures to a certain extent. On average, I was having 8 to 18 seizures a month. Therapeutic cannabis has been a medical answer for many, and will be my choice if cancer returns. The left breast is nothing but belly fat. I've had breast cancer, the gallbladder removed, chemotherapy. I've been through an awful lot in my lifetime. And the epilepsy is simply due to the death at age 5. The doctors figured in Houston when I went through all the testing, which took 19 months, 4 EEGs, 2 of which the head was completely shaved, 2 holes were drilled through the skull, electrodes implanted. The rest of the scalp was wired, and I've had to wait for seizures. On EEG 3, when that was done, there was not one seizure, and I told the doctors when I got there, there probably will not be a seizure this time. I was there 15 and a half days without a seizure.
Well, thank you for being here tonight. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
God bless you. Adam Greeley.